So the more the seasons go, the more I feel like my loyalty to the Aces is getting tested. So at the start of the last season and even before that, I knew that Caitlin Clark was coming out in the WNBA draft, and I also knew that wherever she went is where my fandom would go for CC. Huge fan, and that is what it is, and that comes from Iowa and being a Caitlin fan, for a long time. But see, you know, Aaliyah Boston grew on me. Kelsey Mitchell grew on me. The Fever team. They did grow on me. Obviously, Christy Size didn't, but the Fever are really my second team. And I did question if it was my first team, but I'm an Aces fan, and it was tough. Take that L. Didn't get the chance. Well, we had the chance to three-peat. We did make the playoffs, but to lose was tough. To take, especially taking it on the chin to the New York Liberty. But when you got the championship and won it 2 times over, you'd have won it. And that's just how the game goes. But my loyalty is definitely being tested as an Aces fan, because as much as Asia Wilson is my favorite player, some of the reasons why I also fell in love with the Aces franchise, looked like they could be on the way out. I mean, first of all, De'Erica Hamby was a blow. Losing Hamby really hurt me. Really, really hurt me. Like I never opened up about that. I did a 10-minute video, and I never published it because I lost it. I think I accidentally deleted it. Somehow it got deleted twice, which absolutely sucks. But yeah, Hamby was a big loss for me. And then Candace Parker came, so it softened the blow some, not completely, because I mean nobody can really replace De'Erica Hamby. Even though Candace is a legend, of course she is. Candace was not as young, as she was, and couldn't play for us as great as I think she could have when she was younger. So that was a tough blow. But again, CP3 did slightly soften it. And for me now, if Kelsey Plum was to get traded or leave or depart, from the Aces, then that would hurt as well. Because I'm a huge Kelsey Plum fan, like huge. I'm one of Hamby's biggest fans, like period. And then Kelsey Plum is one of my favorite players as well. So what happens when you start taking away the players that you fell in love with? Then that's when you find out if you really love the team. And right now, Asia Wilson is there. Kelsey Plum is still technically there now. Chelsea Gray, she's awesome. She's amazing, but she ain't why, I became an Aces. I became an Aces fan for De'Erica Hamby, Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum. And I just love the aura of the team, the colors. I like to fight, even before winning championships, even before getting over Championship Mountain. But it's just difficult now because it's like, man, another one of my favorites is in the league in Caitlin Clark. And this is what happens when you just love so many players' game. They skill sets, the way they hoop, like borderline Minnesota fan. Minnesota was almost the first team the first WNBA team I almost loved, but I never really had a WNBA team until the Aces. But it was almost the Lynx. But with Fee, literally, I am a anonymous, quiet Minnesota fan. Like literally, I like so many Minnesota players. It's unreal. Like Elena Smith is one of my favorites. Kayla McBride is one of my favorites. Bridget Carlson is one of my favorites. Who else? Obviously, Nafisa Collier is one of my favorites. Courtney Williams is a favorite. So it's like I like the whole team almost. So, what do you do? And then you look at the fact that, okay, De'Erica Hamby on the LA Sparks. The Sparks quietly put, if I wasn't an Aces fan, my teams would be the Fever and the Sparks, like, period. Because the Sparks, it's kind of like Fee. I go where Hamby goes, but also, Rakia Jackson is amazing. Cameron Brink is going to be awesome. I'm a fan of Ray Burrell. I like what they're going to have another top draft pick. I like what the Sparks is doing. But ultimately, I am an Aces fan, and that's what it is. That's what it was. But it's just going to be tough. My loyalty is going to come into question. Because obviously, where I am now, I want the Fever to beat the Aces. I mean, the Fever couldn't even beat the Aces last season. The only team they couldn't beat in the W. Why? Well, it's because I want to see Caitlin Clark get a win against the Aces. I mean, but I am an Aces fan. It probably don't make sense to all of y'all. But look, my loyalty is being tested. Like if it's just Asia, I'm gonna be upset anyway because she need help. Now, if you could trade Kelsey Plum, and I guess maybe if you could get back Jewel Lloyd, could you? Jewel Lloyd's on the trading block. What about Enrique? When you get back Enrique, this all just suggestive. Like what can you do to keep fans happy and rolling in? Like fans are gonna fan anyway, right? Most fans are gonna fan, but the standard is championship. So for me personally, yeah, I can see myself staying an Aces fan, of course. Not saying I will leave, but there's just so many great teams are coming. And for me, honestly, I think the Sparks gonna have a better season. I think the Fever, I think they're gonna go further. They got a great coach in Stephanie White. And honestly, that's just kind of what it is. And then, Minnesota. Like literally, like Minnesota is just a brilliant team. So yeah, it's just gonna be difficult, but it's a good side to that too. To close the video out, it's a good side because I'm rooting for more players, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to be able to root for more players. You don't want to just root for one player. You don't want to just cheer for one team. I mean, you can be a diehard fan. Shout out to the fans with just one team. But for me, it's always going to be the Fevers. It's probably always going to be the Aces. But there's a slight chance I might add a third team. It is what it is. I love the game. It's not going to be the Sky. It's not going to be the Mercury. If I was to add a third team to cheer for, it would be the Lynx or the Sparks. Love my former Iowa players like Kate Martin, but I'm not going to cheer for the Valkyries though. But I am happy for them. I am happy for Golden State, for San Francisco. I'm excited to see a new team in the W, so that's awesome. But just having Kate Martin is not going to make me a Valkyries fan. But I will cheer for them. But with that, man, let me get up out of here. Thanks for watching, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Let me know your team in the comment sections if you got one team, two teams, your favorite players, all that good stuff. Thanks for stopping through. I'm out of here.